All right, let me see if I get this straight, people. Since I've been gone, since I've been gone, yeah, well, whatever. We've been talking about joint practices. Joint practices. Deion Sanders, apparently, he's just the mythical being who thinks of everything, and he thought about joint practices. As you may know if you follow my channel, I've been saying this shit for 3 years. Joint practices. Matter of fact, I go back to you. September 19th, 2023, the MAC conference. Actually, let me rephrase that. Ithaca welcomed Lycoming College and Susquehanna University to South Hill, not for a game, but for a joint practice. It's an uncommon concept in college, but it's an idea that gained traction in the NFL in recent years. Now, the Bombers are helping bring the trend to college football. Joint practice has been on the rise in the NFL in years. 2023 NFL training camp cycle, 25 teams participated in joint practices compared to 2022, those 25, only 10 did the joint practice. This is not something new. This has been going on in D3 for a while. Unlike NFL joint practices, though, they've been slow in gaining traction in college football, with the only D3 programs currently being able to conduct 2 joint practices a season. D2 programs set to get to right in 2024. Only back in February 2022, the FBS Mid-Level Mid-American Conference proposed the idea, having joint style practices during the fall camp to the NCAA. Sophomore tight end, long snapper, at the time, Will Richardson said via email that while nothing will compare to the energy of Saturday game fall, the team cannot help feel heightened emotion in a joint practice. Think about it. You're playing a person that's not your brother. And we know what the problem is. The problem is going to be basically some of these big time schools and small time schools or high ranked group of five schools are going to say, hey, someone's going to see my best player and they're going to try to take him. They're going to try to take him because of NIL. Here's the problem, people. We compare this to the NFL, and yes, they are getting paid like the NFL. Like I said then, and I'll say it again. I said this on September 20th, 2023. I'll say it one more time for you. NFL has contracts. Problem with these damn colleges and the NIL, they're only 1 year contracts. NIL should have 2 to 3 year contracts. That's just the bottom line. It's all it is. NIL needs to have 2 to 3 year contracts. So if you sign, like Quinn Ewers, signed that 1 year, $1 million contract to go to Ohio State. If Ohio State was smart, they would give, hey, 2 years. They're going to sit here and ride the bench for a year, learn our system, and go down to UT. 2 years. That ends the whole discussion right there. 2 freaking years. You're not hitting the portal after every 5 minutes. 2 years. But that's going to have an adverse effect on the colleges because the colleges can't just go out and chunk $40 million to certain players and give all these players these great advantages and cars and apartments and stuff. 2 years, man. That's the problem. We know fights can break out. We know injuries can happen. Hell, kids can get injured walking to school. You can get injured playing in your front yard. Yes, injuries will happen. Yes, medical. Different conferences have different things. If you are Toledo and you're going to go play Alabama, first of all, damn. But second of all, you know Alabama's training staff is better than yours. You know their field is better than yours. Sign the agreement, as in was put right here with the MAC conference. The agreement is you are not allowed to poach players from said university. If Toledo plays Alabama and come to find out Toledo has a 5'9" kid that can't catch, runs a 4.140, Alabama's like, punt returner. They signed an agreement, which means basically they got to give $1 million up each kid they take. Will that stop them from doing it? Texas, probably not. Oregon, Ohio State, hell no. A&M, no. But Syracuse, Colorado, definitely. But this whole thing, um, Coach Troper said we have a standard. How we act, how we carry ourselves on the field, taking our brothers a certain situation, getting the guys out of a tough situation. You never want to never cause a scene like that on the field, i.e., causing fights. The thing is, you're going to learn. I said it before. If you actually do this, if you actually have a joint practice, you're going to learn what you need to learn about your school, about your team, what you need to go ahead and get. You're going to learn about, hey, you know what, my quarterback sucks. Hey, left side of my line can't block a cold. Hey, my D line don't exist. I think my safety's on crack. You learn all that kind of stuff. But the problem is, the reason why it will not happen is because it takes out the deniability. Some coaches just can't coach. Some coaches need an excuse. We had no idea a quarterback couldn't throw the 5-yard pass. We had no idea a quarterback couldn't read defenses because we were playing against our defense. We had no idea our defense was bad. We thought our offense was just so good. No. Having these games takes out the deniability. It's something the coaches don't want to have. It also creates a whole new stream of revenue. Because remember, the NCAA contracts are only set for upcoming scheduled games. You have to renegotiate those games you're going to have for the spring, for the joint practices. That's one thing they do not want to do because the money lost for something greater than what they'll gain. That's what I mean. Give you an example. Let's say Alabama, you know what, let's take it to the FCS level, make it better for you. Let's say Tennessee State decides to spring game against Jackson State in Atlanta. It has a spring game against Jackson State in Houston, or New Orleans, or even hell, Memphis, hell, Nashville, Jackson itself. That knocks out those great promoters who were crying about the Southern Heritage Classic. It brings a rivalry back just for the practice. That means that school, those two schools, can literally charge certain cities a certain amount of money to go play. So they'll sell out the stadium. Imagine Jackson and Tennessee State charging Memphis $26 million to come play a joint practice. That will reset the entire system. If you want to go the FBS route, okay. What if USC were to play Notre Dame? Better yet, what if Army were to play Air Force in Kansas City, Missouri? That's the ethical question. These cities will pay top dollar to get an extra game. We're in a recession right now. Any way to bring more money in, these cities will do it. But the cities bringing in the money, the NCAA is not. But what do I know? Coach Simmons, I've been just telling you this shit for 3 years. Look back at my videos. I've told about this thing before. I read the entire PDF file to you. The MAC is one of the ones who started this. D3 is the only one doing it. D2 just started doing it. But FCS and the FBS, the amount of money, 26 to $100 million basically, is something that they are not going to allow to get lost. There's no way in hell the NCAA is going to allow Texas to play Miami and Mobile, or Texas to play North Carolina and Charlotte. It's not going to happen. You have a lovely day. I got more coming.